Alright, good evening stream. Doing some keys tonight. Really haven't done any this week, so I think it's about time. Okay, running this plus 17 Algathar as Resto Druid. Here's my talent setup. And gear. And this is a true pug that I listed. Just doing some weekly keys. Trying to get a little bit of IO in the process.
4,
and planning on doing some commentary on this as we go.
1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Algathar Academy. I am delighted that you received our invitation. The school is a touch behind schedule, but I have heard
New students. How wonderful.
Okay, hopefully he waits for this first pat. While he does, I'm going to go ahead and start stacking up hots. Nope, he's just going to go for it. Okay. So we're going to have a lot of soothes to do. Also, he's going to be very slow picking up this pull. Alright, so already needing to watch our feet for this, and I'm going to be getting some aggro. I'm going to be really just watching for these soothes. I'm going to Iron Bark him now. Let's go ahead and Convoke. Okay, and I'm not going to focus on DPS at all here. I'm going to focus on getting these soothes on cooldown. Looking for high stacks. I don't know how my trank got spent there. I think I fat fingered it because first key of the week problems. 1 minute, my fingers. Really all I'm doing is just making sure that the tank is alive and then just getting this soothe on cooldown every single time. Okay. Cool, now we're good. We'll build up some combo points for this next pull for the boss.
Just about... Wait! Ichistras, there is too much life magic. What are you doing?
Me? There is too much nature. What are you doing?
What is that?
We'll start this off stealth so we can get an empowered rake. And I'm going to go ahead and pot.
Please, help us, new students.
Let's get max dots out. We'll go ahead and do an offensive Convoke as well. Let's get our rake back out. Let's get hots back up on the tank. Okay, we'll get some Prio DPS into this. Fresh Life Bloom. Let's get Wild Growth to handle this rot damage. Really need to get this guy dead. This is going to overlap with the Germinate, unfortunately. Okay, I was going to possibly Typhoon knock, but I did not need to. dots back up on the boss. What are you doing, baby? Why are you awake? My 2-year-old just walked into my office. She's supposed to be in bed. Okay, we'll go ahead and use Convoke here. Because we have Trank if we need it. I don't think we'll need it. Let's go ahead and get this, some dots on this branch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Trank here. Defensive this burst forth. Handle that with Wild Growth. And we'll go ahead and do Heart of the Wild now to get that on cooldown. Ironbark tank here. I love Resto plus Brew combo. Even when it's not super overpowered, it's just... Brew is nice for Resto to heal. They take smooth damage over time, we do smooth healing over time. It's a match made in heaven.
It appears some new students have trickled in after you. They seem interested in our sports field.
Let's refresh Life Bloom, gun Stealth, and we'll go get some dots. Watch for the tornadoes here. Stampeding Roar out. Jump on back in. There's really no healing to be done on this, other than on the tank if everybody's doing things correctly. So there's no reason to not focus on getting damage. Fresh dots on the tank, or hots on the tank. It's got it positioned nicely for just line of sighting here. Opting to Ferocious Bite there instead of a Rip because he's almost dead. Rip would have been wasted. Sorry if you can hear her playing with her toy. I gotta try to put her back down after this key. Hey, go find Mom. Go see Mom. Hey, go find Mom. Oh. Let's get some prio damage on this Alpha Eagle. Alright, here comes the Screech. Go ahead and Wild Growth and consume Everbloom. We've got combo points built up for this next pull. We'll go ahead and Stealth. Open with a big Rake. Alright, we need to get Hots up. Here comes the first Screech. We're going to Wild Growth into consume Everbloom and then use Convoke to further recuperate before the next Screech. Those two back-to-back Screeches need some big group healing in between to recover to make sure everybody's stable for the second hit.
Alright, now we need to clear out the big one. I will activate the goals for Lishrath. That is talent toss for you soft skins. Use them to get her attention. Huh, at least we know that works. Watch yourselves.
Stacking hots on the tank. We're going to extend with Swiftmend and then start stealth for an empowered rake. Lost out on a Soul of the Forest there. Here I'm going to use Everbloom Healing and then Wild Growth. Use Convoke as well. So I didn't really have the group as prepped with hots as I maybe could have. Bit of a waste there to use Damage Pot with just Heart of the Wild, but I'm probably just going to be only using Convoke defensively on this fight. We'll use Trank here.
The goals are up. Take these.
Refresh our bleeds. Let's get our haste buff. Get some hots out and wild growth and consuming Everbloom. We'll convoke as well. Consume that Soul of the Forest that we got from convoke. And then get another one with a Swiftmend and spend it again. That's 2 back-to-back Everblooms, which is nice. We have a decent amount of hots out here. So we're going to consume Everbloom, use Wild Growth, and I'm going to use Nature's Swiftness to pop up the lowest person. Just use Health Pot for myself. I haven't really been using my defensive for that, and I need to. Let's get our bleeds back up. I'm going to go ahead and put a round of rejuves on everybody. I'm going to Iron Bark the tank. Fresh Life Bloom. Bark Skin here, and consume Everbloom Healing, Wild Growth, and then follow up with some regrowths to top up people beyond that. Dot's ending soon. Okay, let's go ahead and get these. Make sure we're not in that. Alright, we'll put a round of rejuves up on everybody leading into this next Screech. Consuming Everbloom, doing Wild Growth, and we'll go ahead and Convoke. I'm going to wait till the Wild Growth ends before I cast my next one. It's a good idea to do that after Convoke. I already have one rolling, so... Okay, we're going to start using externals to cover the rest of this. I'm going to move Life Bloom to myself, because we're starting to struggle to keep up with this rot. Again, moving Life Bloom to myself for all the different healing amps and stuff that we have, like with Raid. We have a lot of self-healing amps, and so that boosts up your Everbloom cleave healing when you do that. Moving it back to the tank. Alright, we'll start this stealthed if we can. Just get a quick round of dots on the Ravager, and then just using Convoke to quickly catch back up. Use our Soul of the Forest regrowth, just try to catch up on the mage there. Arc Skin myself. Oh, I almost got knocked off there. I thought it was good, but that was a little more spicy than I would have liked. We'll go ahead and position here. And I'll just handle this healing with Frenzied Regen. Let's build up some combo points leading into the next pull. If we can get up to 4, that's ideal. Nice. We can go ahead and Stampeding Roar everybody. I can't stealth. Why not? Let's catch this 3-stack Life Bloom before it falls off. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and get Heart of the Wild on cooldown ready. We'll use a defensive Convoke here to catch up. Let's get some more bleeds. Really, you gotta go to bed. Go find Mom. Okay, unfortunately, Life Bloom fell off. Making sure I don't have aggro. Good, I'm gonna move back just a little bit. Bark skinning, I'm gonna, ooh, yikes. Wasn't able to get Trank out before he died. I wonder what that was from.
Please excuse the mess. It has been quite some time since students have been here. I'm just putting together my lesson plan.
I simply wish
Oh,
you
these
had
jumps.
lasted a little longer.
Sorry, distracted with my dart. You have to go to bed. Go find Mom. That's because I wasn't in melee range. Ah, you released. Alright, and then we're just going into spinning plates mode here because we're going to have some of these surges possibly. I have in-cap roar, so we'll do that. And then I've got vortex knock. I'm asleep. Yeah, unfortunately he pulled when we were 1 short, so we did not have all the CC we needed. Trying to recover here. This battle axis truck, the tank. I have in-cap roar that I can use if needed. We'll use it. Go ahead and use Heart of the Wild, just get it on cooldown, get a second 5-stack rip out. Oh. This mage cannot stay alive.
Here we are.
Let's quickly get our hardy food buff up.
Members of the Blue Dragonflight accidentally overloaded an arcane elemental and created a powerful construct.
Okay, let's stack up some hots.
That quickly started.
And Swiftman will stealth.
Veximus fiercely, attempting to prevent it from absorbing stray
Get the buff as quickly as possible.
allow it to grow further out of control.
Let's try to stay on the same side as everybody else here.
Powerful arcane bombs in order to drive back.
Let's use Convoke. I'm doing that to try to avoid being out of range of people, because that can be really bad. Rogue has 2 stacks. I'm going to go ahead and Iron Bark 3 stacks. Must have cloaked it maybe or something? I don't know. Iron Bark this.
The dragons neared
Let's
victory.
quickly trank to top people up before that Fissure.
Full arcane power against them.
Just going to move Life Bloom to myself here and then focus on a little bit more hots on the tank so that I can quickly deal with all these bombs. I don't have anything right here. It's going to use a cooldown, but I didn't have one. Let's get this orb. Okay, let's get up another round of rejuice. We can go ahead and Wild Growth. And we'll Convoke this. Here's the Fissure. Good thing he popped a defensive, the warrior that is. Mana Bombs, Wild Growth, and then go ahead and consume Everbloom as soon as the damage hits. Is 4 stacks. Let's get Hots up. I need to make sure that I don't die. We have 2 battle reses, but I am the B-reser, so I really need to make sure that I do not die here. I'm going to keep play this more like spinning plates and just work to keep 2 stacks of rejuves up on everybody, so that while I'm out of range, like moments like right now, they have the support that they need for me to get back in range. Same thing again here. Using Nature Swiftness to get a heal on the move, and we should be done now.
It was ultimately destroyed. Well done.
Let's move Hots back to the tank. Help him deal with these axes. Let's go ahead and get some Prow damage out. And I have Convoke in just a second. Watching that Mage extra. And looking to see if any casts are about to go off. If they are, then I'll go ahead and Incap Roar. I'm going to Convoke that. I want to wait to Incap until the very last second to give people a chance to kick, because that's going to be much better than Incapping. At some point, I'm going to look to get a quick drink start, because we are falling behind a bit on mana, and we've just got straight pulls until the boss, and we're pretty tight on our timer, so I'll go ahead and get that now.
We have been gone for some time. The growth here. Ah, the way should be clear.
Okay,
Please
that's
set
gonna have
your
to be good
arms
enough.
and wait. I hear new students that require my personal attention.
This cast's going off, so I'm just going to handle that with a Nature Swiftness. Quickly stabilize people. Let's get some Prow damage. Okay, and we need to recover before the next smash. I'm going to health pot that. I'm guessing that was a bolt cast on top of the damage. Sure. Oh. I was gonna res him, but I needed to move out of the thing. And we'll trank this in between the next smash. Okay, there's... Oh, the second smash was delayed. This tank's crashing out because our kicks suck. I would love to help with kicks. But Blizzard doesn't want me to. Build up some combo points since the healing is now done. Get an empowered rake. Heart of the Wild off. We'll use that to get a second 5-point rip off. And pretty soon here we're going to have the smash. We can line of sight the smash. Yeah, we can't line of sight now. So we're just going to use a Soul of the Forest, Nature's Swiftness Regrowth to quickly top up the low health targets for the next smash. Should have spent all my energy before I used Convoke there. Alright, we gotta go.
These are sacred halls of learning. Only those registered may access them. Learn from this. Think about what you have done.
Nice overlap of damage from the smash and the boss pull.
Knowledge is power. Go to the corner. Time out.
Okay, I have got to put my daughter down to bed. She needs to be out of here. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, the death there at the end was he just panic pulled the boss, and the start of the boss with the overlap with the smash just one shot everybody. So, and then throughout other mistakes that were causing problems, the mage just could not stay alive. I feel like there is something about mages. Mages just have a very wide, I don't know, skill expression. Some mages are like just crazy. They take no damage. They're preemptively using all their stuff, and then some are just they cannot live. So, let's see other things. Our kicks weren't very good. We were dying to some of those. Oh well. And no luck on my daughter going to bed, so you might hear some noise in the background, unfortunately. Hit your chin? Yeah. Okay. Let's... Oh, I could push it up. It's Brazil at this point. Have any friends on that are doing keys that are within my range? I don't have a lot that are doing 16s and 17s and 18s recently. They're all either doing like 10s or 22s. Not 22s, but like 20 pluses. Having kids in the background. Yeah.
I have many lucky do's.
Got 5 daughters, so the odds are good of having kid craziness in the background. Although at this time of night should not be, but she's just been all over the place with sleep and clinginess and stuff, and so I don't know. We're going on like 2 weeks of this.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummels. Like you.
He's just going back and forth between me and my wife. This might be decent. Where is everybody? We'll just try to sneak into some. Let's see, 17 seat. That would be IO. Let's see if we can get into that. I think it's just that time of the patch. Everybody's playing other games. I know I am. I've been playing a ton of Project Zomboid and stuff. I've wanted to play Subnautica 2 and stuff, but I'm thinking I never played 1, and so I think I might go back and do that because I've seen some bugs and stuff on Subnautica 2, and so I might play through the first one and give a little bit of time for them to get some more content because I think there's only like 15 hours of content currently. So I've just been playing Project Zomboid and stuff. Been a lot of fun. Played some Raft with the kids today. definitely worth playing first. That's what I thought. I saw somebody recommending that and stuff. So, I mean, Subnautica 2 is going to be in early access for the next 2 to 3 years. I can skip below 0. That was my guess. It looked kind of like I don't know. Not too much was different. But yeah, I'll blast through Subnautica 1 over the summer, I think. Might stream it. Like, I've seen reels and stuff, but honestly, I don't know very much about it, so I've seen clips and stuff like that, and I have a bit of thalassophobia myself. I think everybody does at some level. Ocean's a scary place, but I don't really know much beyond seeing some videos of like the big leviathans and stuff. So it should be a fun playthrough.
An entity from the void has emerged into our world. It must not be allowed to spread its corruption.
You sleepy? Yeah, you know it's a good way to take care of that. Go to bed. Okay, running a plus 17 seat as Resto. This is my talent setup in case I post this. And gear. Basically just a really well done survival story game. Yeah, I'm big into survival games. That's my favorite
5,
genre, I think.
4, 3, 2,
Please, hey,
1.
Stop. Yeah, survival
5,
games are my
4,
jam.
3, 2.
Alright, starting off
1.
here with putting hots on the tank. I wasn't able to get my stealth off. I'm going to go ahead and iron bark him. We'll spend our soul of the forest, stabilize him. And pretty soon here there should be the chains. I'm going to pre-bear and get out to break it. Why did it not break it? I must have done it too early. We'll use... Oh boy, that didn't do anything. You got both. Put a nature swiftness into that druid and his health did not move. So you got both of them. Okay, we're pre-bear and I leave bear form to get rid of that. There's the leeching void. Alright, and now we can build up some combo points for the next pull. That first pull, don't really want to waste time cat weaving. I want to make sure everybody's safe. But here we can. Iron bark and then convoke there. Gonna have to look back and see what killed everybody there. I know the chains of subjugation was there, but felt like there's some other overlap. There's the leeching void. Just start a drink while he pulls this last pack. I guess last two. Watching the subjugator here. Use Invoke to catch up before this leeching void. Here's chains, gonna pre-bear, exit. Let's get our dots out before everything happens here. I'm gonna use my Heart of the Wild as soon as he comes back. Let's top him up just a little bit. Here's the slam. Handle that with Wild Growth and Convoke. We'll use Ursul's to pull him back just a little bit. Void Slash, let's move Life Bloom back to the tank. Alright, and Slam's coming up. We'll go ahead and Wild Growth, and then consume Everbloom and use Trank for this one. Convoke was just barely not ready. So we'll save it for the next one, if there is a next one. Decimate, I'm gonna send this over here to the edge. Nice Ursul's, that should pull him back. Nope. It's gonna root it right there. Void Slash, let's get Life Bloom back up. Put this in right here. Okay, here's the slam. Let's move Life Bloom back to myself. We'll consume Everbloom. We'll go ahead and Convoke as well. I think we just cancel this and focus on the boss. Yep. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and root these. Nice.
The Shadow Guard is building up its presence near the temple.
Disrupting their efforts would benefit us all. Also, their commander here has a particular item that would be useful to me.
Figure out their motives and put a stop to their efforts.
Let's move Life Bloom back to the tank. We'll put up some hots. Put in stealth. And we're going to focus prio damage on this Warden because he's the highest health target. Let's go ahead and Rake. We'll Heart of the Wild. We'll use... missed my damage pot opportunity there. Did it late. And we don't have Life Bloom out. That's a mistake. Just Iron Barking the Mage until I have time to dispel. Good gamble there, finishing my cast on that Hunter before moving out of the circle. That could have been bad. That was just an unfortunate overlap there. Wasn't healthy enough. Okay, he's got Ice Cold. Okay, let's put some extra love into Jimbo here. Moose Jimbo. Let's bleed. Okay, moving Life Bloom to the Mage now that he's got the dot. I think this pull is a good candidate for moving Life Bloom around to deal with those bleeds. Okay, we'll start off with Life Bloom on the tank. I'm just going to dispel the other target and Bark Skin myself for this. Getting our Wild Growth into a Convoke. You can afford to dispel here now. I'm going to go ahead and trank this because we're falling behind just a little bit on that group healing. Moving Life Bloom back to myself here. I don't have Bark Skin, so I could Iron Bark, but the bleed's almost done, so I'm gonna opt to not do that. Okay, I'm gonna dispel the mage here and just watch the druid, although the druid has nothing, so I'm gonna Iron Bark him. I'm gonna health pot myself. And these mages, man. Cannot survive. Every single mage that I've played with, like, the past couple weeks, feels like. Okay, moving Life Bloom, and then using Nature's Swiftness to quickly pop them back up. And they never stand in Efflo. I know, all these ranged. Feels bad. Okay, Leeching Voids on this guy. Let's move Life Bloom. Don't have a Swiftman to capitalize on Blooming Frenzy, but let's go ahead and get a Heart of Wild on cooldown. We can stay in cat form until this subjugation, and then we can go ahead and exit. Didn't have Life Bloom out for that, so that was not good. Go ahead and just put Iron Bark on him. I could have definitely played that pull a little better with my Life Bloom placement and stuff. I consumed at least one soul of the forest without having Life Bloom up, which is tragic. I'm going to save Convoke here for right now. I'm going to spell the mage. I'm going to go ahead and use my Bark Skin. Oop, watch our feet. The spell's available now. I'm going to move Life Bloom to the mage. I'm going to use Trank here. And we can move Life Bloom back to the tank. Okay, now we should be going back to the boss now. Boss side, I should say. Let's stack up some hots, at least extend that Life Bloom, and then I'm going to go ahead and start a drink, and then we can just jump in. Use our Soul of the Forest and Convoke to recover. Dispel the Druid. Okay, we have Dispel back up, so we'll use that. Let's extend that Life Bloom on the tank so it doesn't fall off. I'm going to move Life Bloom back to myself to deal with all this cleave healing. Ooh, oh man. What was that? Gosh, could not recover that Druid. We're gonna use Convoke here. This really isn't a healing fight. This is just more of a control fight if we're doing it well. Lots of prior healing on this. Okay, I'm going to position myself back here so I can get these. Wild Growth into this. Move Life Bloom to the Mage. Shipment's coming up. Yeah, I'm just going to be moving the...
So easily outclassed.
Save my Soul of the Forest for this next one. Here it is on him. Go ahead and Convoke this. Here's the Overload. Just can't. Have to use something for that. Have to overlap. When that you get that overlap with the bleed and the overload. I honestly don't know here. Good, it's on me. Good, it's on me again. That's what we want.
Thank you for removing the obstacles between me and this staff, hero.
I'm not sure there.
Yes, this will do nicely. You'll find their viceroy near.
I don't know how much of that was my fault versus the defenses. I normally would say it's a defensives problem, but I was looking at their defensives and they just didn't have any. So maybe it was an issue of using it in the wrong spot.
I'll see to opening the way once he's taken care of.
I don't know. Move Life Doom with myself here, and then we're going to use Ironbark on the Druid. Move Life Bloom here. I'm going to use my empowered spells on the Hunter. Hunter's getting targeted again. Mage has Ice Cold, so I really can just focus on the Hunter. Just gonna use Convoke.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
I honestly don't know. I'm at a loss. I feel like that one was my fault. The issue is I don't know what I should have done differently. Let's look at it. Let's do some live stream VOD review. Figure out why I'm bad. Let's coach my own key here. Okay. All right, so right off the bat, let's see here. Beginning of the pull, I have Hots up on the tank. I'm late on my Swiftmend. I should be Swiftmending like right now and then stealthing. So I'm about one global behind because I would like to be in stealth so I don't have to worry about aggro. Even if I don't plan to do any cat DPS. And then here I should be rejuvening everybody. I am. Here's the chains. I pre-bear formed and then I left. And I got a second chains. That's the problem. I thought I missed it. Just got two back to back. So honestly, I think I handled that fine. There should be nature swiftnessing him. And he got yeah, that's just unfortunate. He got double heal absorbs there. Could I have moved? I could have moved Life Bloom, Swiftmend. Yeah, I had 3 globals worth of time. So for that, I could have, well, Swiftmend was on cooldown. When did I use that before? I used Swiftmend for this, so I couldn't have sat on the Swiftmend. So unfortunately, it just wasn't up. So here my choice would have been to Life Bloom, Swiftmend, and then Rejuve for the Everbloom healing, but I think given the circumstances, I handled that okay by just spamming the regrowths there. Here's the next chains, pre-bear formed it. One small optimization, I'm wasting a global because I could just go into bear form and then right here, my next global coming out of bear form, I could be pushing like a rejuve or something, but instead I'm exiting and then pushing something. So I'm losing a global there that I could be using to help recover the group. Yada yada, more of the same here. So improvement points for these first couple pulls. Be more intentional about moving the Life Bloom to the target with the heal absorbs. So here's chains. I should be... Yeah, this is the overlap that I wasn't sure about. So Bolt got kicked, and the chains went out. And everybody's just low because of the Void Caller. Just pulsing damage. Okay, so yeah, that's something that I need to be more aware of. These pulls right here, there's no Void Caller. And so there's not as much consistent damage. This pack over here, I need to be aware of the Void Caller pulsing the AoE. So yeah, that was just my fault. I wasn't respecting that pulsing damage. I spent too much time trying to get my Heart of the Wild cast off, and as a result, people were at half health for the chain. So that one was my fault. That'll get fixed in the future. Here's chains. Yeah, so I think I played the chains well on these pulls, but the Void Caller I definitely did not play well. So this pull also has a Void Caller. Where is the Void Caller? Is he in that pack? Okay, and this boss was fine. We handled this one okay. I'm happy enough with this one. Okay, this pull. Hey baby, you wanna sit? Good night. Love you.
Why are the lights?
Because I'm streaming right now. You're on camera. Hi. What are you? Oh, you're doing Sound Machine. All right. And then, let's see, going into this, I was wanting to get my Heart of the Wild off, so I did an Empowered Rake, Heart of the Wild, and Rip. And then here I should be immediately Convoking. I was a little bit delayed on that, but I think we handled that fine. I need to get Life Bloom out. I could have used Nature's Swiftness, probably a global earlier there on the Hunter. Overall, I think we recovered into that fine. He's got Ice Cold, and he's got the Bleed, so I should be moving my Life Bloom to the Bleed target, I think is what we... What? Are you going to put her in bed? Hey, go see Mom. Go for bed. Walk. So that's something from this pull I need to improve, is I was not moving my Life Bloom to the Bleed target. I was just keeping it on me. Although that should also be fairly fine because I'm moving it that much. I think it's too frequent for me to be getting full value from the Swiftmens. Let's see. One comes out right here, and I have Swiftmend available. Yeah, they're short duration. I think there's too many going out to really benefit from the Life Bloom stuff. That's a scary pull for you. It's a lot of bleeds. Oh, was being a little sporadic, I think. Wonder how that would have played out if I had like done more of a spinning plates focus on double rejuves on everybody and stuff. I don't know, I feel like there's so much instant prio damage on players in that pull. Here's the Rift Essence. It's the 2 dispels. Rift Tear is pulsing damage. 1 global late I could have been convoking as soon as the Rift Tear went out. Okay. The real question I had was the boss. So I felt like that was a lot. Okay, let's look at the let's track down the deaths. Okay, second death was right here. That was a hunter? No, he turtled. Okay, what did he die to just there? Just pulsing damage? What did he die to there? A leap? Yeah. He got leapt on, I think. Could have had an altar there. He just took too many hits. Okay, third death. Alright, so this is a tear. Again, just mage stuff. That altar he never used. What was that big hit he took? Right. I got bolted. Okay, so that's a kick issue. As soon as I see a kick go off, I know that that's arguably not my fault. Let's skip ahead. All right, here. What was this? I should, first of all, have had Life Bloom on myself much earlier. As the kick went off. Okay, so that's what killed the Druid there. So here we're... Get Rift Tear, plus the bleeds. There's lots of damage here, lots of random damage. Pulsing damage from the Rift Tear. Mage is getting ticked down. He does not have Ice Cold available. Okay, yeah, so Bolt went off on the Druid, killed him, and then the Mage simultaneously got a bleed plus the Rift Tear damage. So that's 2 deaths so far that were bolts. Another cast going off. Another cast going off on the Druid. Okay, it's encouraging seeing that a lot of these were due to bolts going off. And that's why it's important to VOD review, because I'm beating myself up, and yeah, there's a lot of things that I could have improved, but the reality is we just have kicks going off. Which, to be fair, this is not a great comp for kicks. We got a minute-long solar beam, and then 2 ranged kicks. So would be much better suited with like a Resto Shaman or something for this comp. And here the kick shouldn't be an issue. So right, let's start this from the top. I've got Life Bloom on myself. I think that's the right call for the start of this, and then Life Bloom. Here, I should have moved Life Bloom now as my first global. Yeah, I think this one is, the dots are definitely long enough in between to make it worthwhile to move Life Bloom to the target. The other ones in the trash pulls, I think they happen too frequently to make it worthwhile. I think it's better to just keep it on myself. All right, so here, cat weave for a second, and here's ticking. His bark skin just ended. What did he use bark skin on? He used it on this? You don't need to use it on this. Okay, so that's an issue. They're using their defensives in the wrong place. Needs to be using it on the bleeds. That would have been arguably a pretty good time for the mage to use one because of the overlap. The bleed plus the explosion. Here he's got the bleed. He has no defensive because he used it on the big explosion. He should have just used bear form for that or something if he was worried about the explosion. Just give him a little bit more of a health buffer. Here I start moving Life Bloom to the targets. Let's see how I handled that one. So that one, Life Bloom, and then we did a Nature Swiftness, so he was fine. I have a Soul of the Forest. I'm sitting on it. I used it there on the mage with a, yeah, so I moved. Here I did it about as textbook as I know how with the Prio Healing with the Life Bloom. I sat on my Soul of the Forest in advance, and then my next two globals were Life Bloom and then Rejuve for the big Prio Healing on him. So that worked out pretty well. That stabilized him. He also had Ice Cold, so it's hard to really tell because his health bar wasn't moving in the first place. Here he, okay, yeah, so what happened here to the Druid? He got the bleed. Did he? Okay, bark skin just wasn't up again. Yeah, he should have been like bear form or something here. That's just such a scary overlap. If you have that, you need to be using something. I think like bear form frenzied regen or something. So here he gets the bleed. That's literally less than 3 seconds. I didn't have anything for him there. My previous Swiftmend, where was that used on? Yeah, okay, Swiftmend is up now. I mean, he has double rejuves there. And then I messed up one global there. That's the problem. He had 2 rejuves, and I refreshed high duration rejuve instead of regrowthing. So that was a 1 global mistake. But to be fair, he wasn't saving his defensives for the thing that he should be, which is the bleed. Okay, so here we res him. We're coming into another pounce. It's on the hunter. I've finished my wild growth cast. All right, so here are my globals. I move a little bit, move too much, focusing on positioning. I finish my wild growth cast, and then I Iron Bark him late. I could have used Iron Bark a lot earlier. Yeah, so like from right here, I could have Iron Barked him. There's another pounce. Move Life Bloom. We got, okay, that was good. Bloom healing there. So what we did there is we got the pounce. I moved Life Bloom, and then I did a Nature Swiftness regrowth, Swift Mend, and then here we are consuming the Soul of the Forest with Rejuve for the Everbloom healing across the party, and then the Blooming Frenzy on the Druid to top him up. We have a Screech, so I'm healing the ticking damage from the Overload right now. And then he got leapt on. Gosh, man. All right. Just barely didn't have Convoke. And he invised right as he died. Yep. No more defensives. Yeah, his altar was not available. Dude. Where was he using his defensives? What did he use his altar on? Overload. That's actually probably good with the overload. Actually, no, I take that back. He should have saved it for a bleed. What did the Hunter used his right here for the overload? Man, I say that they should save it for the bleeds and stuff like that, but look how much damage he's taken. Anything I could have done differently for that? HPS is low. I'm just panic healing, wasting globals on people that are dying. Invoke just wasn't ready. Yeah, let's look at my cooldowns for this boss fight. Where am I using my convokes and stuff? Because I should be using them for each overload. The pounce we should be dealing with defensives. So I need to probably just type that out. Defensives on pounce. Yep. Okay, so there. Yes, I was cat waving leading into that. But is there more prep work that I could have done? Because he has 2 rejuves. They have 2 rejuves. He has 2 rejuves. I have Life Bloom out and ready. So my next global here should be Wild Growth. Which it was not. It was Regrowth on him. And then, let's see, I used Tranquility there. That's 38 seconds in. Probably should have used Convoke there. And then Tranquility, the second one. When's the second overload? First one's at... starts casting, and it hits at 38. Well, 36. Second overload is at... it's at 113. So it's like every 40 seconds or so. So there I should have Tranked. And then here's the next overload. I don't have Convoke. Yeah, that's scary. Next one is right now. And I would have Convoke. See how far I fall behind without Convoke here. A lot less than I thought I would. And the next one I have nothing. Yeah. Here's the overload, and we finish. Not happy with that key at all. Too many things I could have prevented. Pit, that would be IO, but again, I'm not liking that comp. There's no lust, it's all long kicks. Been on a bad streak of keys. Least favorite key of the season, Sweaty Healing and Seat. Yeah, it is a Sweaty Healing key. But I usually like that though, because when it's more pressure on the healer, that's something that I can control, right? It's frustrating being in dungeons and stuff where you are watching stuff that you can't really help with that are causing the key to break. Especially with like missed kicks and stuff like that, or a bad route, bad pull route or something. But if it's a healing key, then usually I really like that. More kicks than that one, so no lust though. Let's see if they take me. That might be a bad call. They're probably looking for a Resto shaman. And the wrong Resto. Man, got that key. Oh, Nilsy's in there. My Sara. I have not done a my Sara in a bit. For some reason. It hasn't been in my keys that we've rolled. Try the Elder Druid build. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Reckon the all the Elder Druid Dream of Cenarius keeper build. After the nerfs, I didn't really like it in the first place. I don't think it's a healthy playstyle for Druid in general, especially as for me to recommend. I don't think it's healthy because too many people cause people to die the pull sizes have to be big enough. You know, as soon as your Call of the Elder Druid ends, suddenly you have no hots out on anybody, and you just have to fight to catch up, and people die, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's great. I just don't like casting in general anymore. I much prefer cat weaving. Casting stresses me out. The cast times are just too long on Starfire and stuff. It'd just be a skill issue, but yeah, Starfire just feels bad. That's why I dropped it in this build. I opted to just grab a little bit more physical damage and armor. Although I also might just grab Feline Swiftness. I don't know, that point. Grab Swipe, but I'll never use it. I mean, technically it's nice to have, because, for example, like first pull Algathar, you know, it's nice for the damage potential, but I just hate pushing it, so you can't make me. Alright, let's go ahead and use this and we'll enter the key. Okay, running this plus 17 Mysara Caverns as Resto Druid. That's my talent setup. And here. And this is a true pug. Just joining through the LFG tool, just getting in some weekly keys, maybe squeeze a little bit of IO as we go.
2, 1.
I've not had very much luck tonight, so maybe this will be the one.
4, 3, 2.
I'm gonna jinx it by saying this is gonna be the smoothest key I've had in a month. Want your trinkets? They're pretty nice. I'm just gonna roar him. We'll go ahead and Iron Bark as soon as this Guardian of the Guardian of Ancient Kings ends. Okay, here we're going into Convoke. Deal with the Seal Absorb. And we'll Nature Swiftness him. Watching our feet. Go for a little. Oh! It's gonna.
Your survival
Sheesh, man.
wasn't necessary.
I felt like a kick going off. Frank. I don't feel like that's a real pull that people do. That didn't feel like a normal one. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. Oh, man. Just cursed. I'm gonna go play some Project Zomboid. Oh, that's quitter talk. That's quitter talk. It just all feels bad. I don't know. I just feel like I don't know, lost my mojo. There's things that I'm not playing well. The pugs have just felt very off. I think I've fallen behind the skill curve. I haven't played enough to learn the tech to do the high keys, and all the really competent players are doing like 20s. So it's a mix of things. It's a knowledge gap on my part, not keeping up with meta tech and stuff like that, and then all the people that I was playing with for my other key videos and stuff like that this season, I think, are doing bigger keys. I don't know. That's my excuse. Guardian, Druid, Mage. Don't think that's the same group. Actually, I bet you it is. Let's see, Forecast. Nope, that's a different mage. Let's try it. Sworn Stabber. I don't know, all these names different. That's COVID. COVID mage. Okay. Haven't pushed much after 3400 too. Just painful, so I went to level of Mistweaver, and it's crazy how easy it is to heal versus Resto Druid. Yeah, Monk is pretty great. Monk is definitely one of my favorite healers in both Mythic Plus and Raid. It's the playstyle for both are just really good. I could see myself going back to Monk at some point, but I'm at a point now with my playtime with the game that I really have not wanted to do any alts. I'd rather focus in on one character and just do my best to play it as excellently as possible. So I have not really kept up with my Monk, but my Monk is my current alt that I'm focusing on. But yeah, it's really good, especially on trash and stuff like that. You don't even have to try. you just attack and spin and just poop out incredible amounts of healing. I do feel like it takes quite a bit more planning on bosses. It's not quite as forgiving as Resto Druid on bosses. You really have to plan out your cooldowns in advance. But yeah, trash healing on Monk is probably my favorite of all the healers. This feels so cozy. Don't even have to look at the health bars. Just randomly click Renewing Mists whenever it's up and just spin and Rising Sun kick and everything. It's nice.
It must not be allowed to spread its corruption.
Another reason I haven't really swapped characters is just because I've found a niche here. I've played a lot of classes and specs and stuff throughout the years, and I've finally found a niche with Resto content and stuff, and so I want to stay as competent and such on as Resto as I can. These tonight have not been very in line with that, but some days you're the pigeon, and the other days you're the statue. I had a professor tell me. Some days you're the pigeon, and other days you're the statue, and I'm feeling pretty statuesque tonight.
I have many, many wares.
Alright. I'm gonna feel good about myself and drop a hardy. Be a philanthropist. I can't talk tonight or think. Or play, apparently.
Nelly deals for a friend of the Grummles.
Okay, running this plus 17. Oh, never mind, he declined. I'll intro in a moment when he's ready. You're brave to pug, too scared to pug and get yelled at. It's rejection therapy, you know? Most groups I don't get yelled at. Like all the other groups tonight where I feel like I should have gotten yelled at, it was me that's yelling at myself. And so I feel like I got yelled at, but really they didn't say anything. So
4, 3, 2.
I don't know. It's rejection
1.
therapy. Anyways, doing this plus 17 seat as Resto. Here's my talent setup. And
5,
gear, gonna have to go
4,
quickly because we're
3,
running behind.
2,
Going to life limb
1.
and stealth. I did not get stealth off. Just quickly going bear so I can handle getting threat. Close this window. We'll just convoke this. We're running behind, so I don't have time to shapeshift. Iron bark. Yeah, we're like 2 globals behind there. It's gonna frenzied regen that heal absorb off. Gonna shapeshift and then shrink. And we're just gonna go spinning plates mode here. Here's the leech. That was a nice rescue from the evoker. I did not have the time to move there, and so it was nice of him. Man, we went up to like 270k HPS on that. Here's the chains. We're going to pre-bear and shapeshift out. We'll go ahead and convoke as well. Leeching Void on the Warlock. We'll use Nature Swiftness to get rid of that. Ironbark the tank here. Leading into this, I'm watching for chains, shapeshift out. Trying to catch up on this evoker. Oh. I'm gonna move Life Bloom back to myself now. Watching our feet. Subjugator should be doing his thing soon. Shapeshift. Spark skin that. Life Bloom fell off, so let's get that back up. Build up some combo points. That was not my knock. Let's start a little drink here. Pulling that into this pack. I'm going to Iron Bark and Life Bloom him here. Spark Skin since we had aggro. Go ahead and convoke, and then Bear Form, consume the Soul of the Forest. Use another Soul of the Forest. Use Nature Swiftness to get that heal absorb off. Don't let that bolt go off. Incap Roar, watching the Subjugator. Here's the Subjugator, shapeshifting. Life Bloom's back on myself. Let them yell? Yeah. They can get over it. If they think they can do better, then they should have healed the key. Right? Just let them be mad. Okay, putting Life Bloom on the tank, moving it to the Warlock here for that hit. Nope, apparently I did not move it. We're going to go ahead and pot and use our Heart of the Wild here. Let's move Life Bloom back to myself. Here's the Oozing Slam. We'll Wild Growth, consume Nature Swiftness, and then we'll use Convoke. Every other part of this dungeon has got big healer checks and stuff. I feel like this is a control fight. This is just getting good damage checks on the ads, getting killed in time, boss positioning. This is the DPS's portion of the dungeon. Necrogosa. Let's keep Life Bloom up on myself. We'll go ahead and refresh some dots before this Oozing Slam. Okay, and here we'll do Wild Growth into Consuming Everbloom. We'll go ahead and do our Tranquility as well. Ursul's him, so he gets pulled back into it. Decimate. Oozing Slam, we're going to Convoke. Oop, I wasted a Soul of the Forest there. We're going to root that one. Knock that. Let's just go ahead and get a reroute. Oh! What the heck was that?
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
Yeah, he ran it straight into the blob. That was like completely intentional. What on earth? No, that was like an int. We had 3 ads controlled, we were fine, and then he just intentionally ran it straight into it.
I have many, many wares.
We're cursed. Cursed tonight.
Well, friend of the Grummles.
We're bad and cursed. Learning and a 19. Looked like when the leap came in, he chose to leap him over there. Slight oversight. Yeah, could have been. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Baby's crying. Should just get my vault keys in. Oh, I do need to get one more slot. We'll just sneak into a vault key real quick. See, for my vault, I've not been very passionate this week. The 12. Something above 12, I should say. I want affixes. Do a quick 20. Whatever, we'll do this. Relaxed. Very offered. Looks like a good enough group though. We'll be fine. It's a 10. What's it carry for? Warrior? Oh yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna have to watch that tank. Everybody else is fine.
I have many lucky do's.
Hey Jeff, how's it going, dude? What you been up to? So hard to carry as a druid now? Shaman or monk is the way? Yeah. Yeah, that's what people say. Here's the problem, I can't play druid if I play shaman or monk. It's like when I played priest, people would, and I was really focusing on pushing up my IO as holy. And people were asking me why I wasn't playing discs, and it's like, well, I can't.
The terrace holds what we require to gain entry.
I can't
the
play holy if I'm playing disc. I just really focus on playing what I want to play and then pushing to whatever level I can on that. So if I was going for title or something, yeah, I'd probably swap. Doing well, downloading Guild Wars 2 again. Nice. I'm good. Summer now, as of Thursday, so we're chilling. I'm home with the kids during the day and been relaxing on some survival games and stuff like that. Been playing a lot of Project Zomboid this past week, having a lot of fun with that. I might stream that at some point, just for fun. I might do that after this key with how these great keys have gone tonight. Let's get my vault. Dip. Druid's more fun, but Shaman and Monk is so relaxing. I have not played a whole lot of Shaman, but yeah, I definitely can get behind that on Monk. Monk, we were just talking about that earlier. Monk on Trash and stuff especially is just super chill. It's really nice. Takes a bit more planning for bosses. But yeah. These all guildies. Let's see. The Shaman is. The other two look like pugs. Yeah. Okay. Did I say Shaman? The Warlock and Tank are friends. And then these two look like they're just pugs trying to get their vault done. Rest is the way. Best survival game. I do like Rest. I discovered that. I mean, I've always looked at it from a distance, but I played it for the first time late last year and had a really fun time with it. Rest is good. It just depends on what you're in the mood for. Are you in the mood for like long-term progression? Because Rust is definitely not that, you know.
5,
especially if you're done the
4,
PvP
3,
modes, and then
2,
PvE is just kind of boring.
1.
Yeah, you could do like a month wipe server and whatnot. But if you're looking for a long-term survival game,
3,
Rust is not it. But
2,
it is definitely a very
1.
satisfying and fun game when you're looking for some high cortisol.
The cynosure of twilight.
There's so much to do in that game. Fun with RL friends. I have not tried that. I did do a little bit with my older two daughters. I had them join with me on a PvE server, and we just kind of, you know, made a base and hunted and stuff like that. Did a monument or two. That was fun. But yeah, it would be fun to play for real with people. I just mostly did solo. I did some on like the Rust for Noobs server that was like solo duo only. Did some on like a more standard server. I think it was another one that was like the Rusty Moose solo only server. I think the best experience was just to play on regular servers though, because people don't usually abide by the whole solo duo rules and stuff, so you just end up being outgunned. At least you know what you're getting into when you just play on normal. Pickle Rust? I'll have to check that out. Ooh, ouch. I thought I had more time on that cast. I looked away. Doesn't wipe blueprints, and overall nice server. Is it a weekly wipe?
But we can't afford to linger here.
I don't honestly know which one I prefer. As far as weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly wipes. If you start on week 1, monthly's pretty nice, but if you get behind it, you can really feel it. So weekly's kind of nice. Monthly, okay. Community server. I'm a big survival game enjoyer. We were talking earlier tonight with somebody about Subnautica. I never played the first one, and I'd like to do that over the summer before getting the second one. Got plenty of time since the second one's just in early access, and it's going to be that way for like another couple years. So I'll just play through the first one over the summer and then get the second one after that. Catch back up. But some other survival games that I really like are Valheim. Played a lot of Valheim. 7 Days to Die, Project Zomboid, Raft.
Let its darkness fill you.
Let's see what else. I'll have to look at my Steam. Pal World. I've played a lot with my daughters. They're really into like Pokemon style stuff, so that one's been really good. Sons of the Forest, Satisfactory, Rust, No Man's Sky. Oh, that's a good one. Lots of good survival games. Monthly's good for buying and selling stuff. Oh yeah, for sure. Open up your own shop.
All students must follow policy. Policy demands compliance.
Subnautica has been fun with friends. Yeah, the gun thing has been an interesting conversation I've been seeing from the sidelines. Pretty funny. The devs' response to that was pretty funny. You want to kill fish, go play another game. You want to kill stuff, go play Sons of the Forest, I think they said. It's funny.
Refueling. Please stand by.
Oh, I missed. Zoo, there I go, flying right past it.
Resuming disciplinary measures. Compliance is not optional.
Oh, he's a Pango. That was why we have been having such bad luck tonight. We were at Pango. And we solved it. We gotta do some more push keys after this. That was the problem.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
Yeah, I'm gonna Ironbark him here, and then we're gonna focus heals into everybody else. I don't know why I'm really commentating on a 10. So I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just gonna vibe and talk with you fine peoples. Just gonna chill. Although it's kind of habit at this point. The issue with what I've been doing with commentating keys and stuff is that it feels like a waste of time to just do normal keys. Like I feel obligated if I am doing any keys, I feel like I need to stream it and I also need to do commentary. And so for that reason, I think it's kind of been a little more draining. I'm less incentivized to just do keys just for the sake of doing keys or for vault or whatever. So that's an element that I gotta try to figure out how to deal with for myself personally. Is like, for example, if I did any key at this point that got IO, say that I did some 18s or something like that, but I didn't stream it, or if I did record it, if I didn't do commentary, I feel like it would have been kind of a waste of time. It's weird self-imposed extra restriction that I gotta figure out how I want to deal with that. Because just about every single key that I've got IO this season has been posted as a commentary key. And the only ones that have not have been ones where like the recording quit or something like that. I've pretty much recorded and posted every IO key as a commentary key. Love your priest, just wish it had an RNG like Shadow Man and Void Shield. I don't even know how current disc plays, honestly. I have not played disc since like season 3 of Shadowlands, so I honestly don't have much to speak to that because I don't even know how those abilities work now. Pretty fun, just not reliable. I will say in the groups that I've played with the disc, it does seem like it's a bit of a struggle, especially compared to past seasons, to try to keep up with the healing requirements.
1.
I feel like Priest is in kind of a weird spot for Mythic Plus.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of... I am unyielding.
Doing fine in raids, but struggle healing anything above an 18.
Help me remove the wards around the Sinister.
Yeah, and some of those specs like disc and stuff like that, it's just interesting how different it is between raid and Mythic Plus, you know? It's like a totally different learning curve. Druid's kind of that way to a point as well, but I wouldn't say nearly as much as disc is.
The void has broken through.
Monk is also very different between raid and Mythic Plus. Although I feel like both are very fun in their own way. Disc for me is like, I really enjoyed it in Mythic Plus. It's always been fun, but it is probably my least favorite spec for raid. I don't know, just as far as ramp healing goes and stuff like that, it's just, it doesn't click with me. It hasn't felt as relaxed as other specs. It just feels like a lot of planning. And not as much payout. But again, that's been since like Mir Jasil. It's been a long time. Holy, I really enjoy in both Raid and Mythic Plus, especially Raid. So that's just kind of a weird element of Priest. It's like if I play Priest, then I feel like I need to be competent on both specs, and I don't really want to play disc and raid. That and one of my long-term healing friends in my guild, Galatea, she is a very consistent member, and I don't think she's going anywhere, and so she plays Priest, and so that kind of also is part of the equation. Excels in a good mythic raiding guild? Yeah.
Yes. Feed. All of you. Feed on the void. Let its darkness fill you.
Need to get the timers right for ramps and CDs. Yep. It definitely benefits more than most specs for having a well-created note. Some specs you could just wing it, like Holy Priest. Like half the time I don't need to plan a note, and it just works out fine. You only really need to plan out when to use your 2 cooldowns or whatever, once every 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Druid's kind of in the middle. In a 1 minute cooldown, it's like, yeah, you need to plan it, but honestly, once you plan out your first convoke, for the most part, you're using it just on cooldown after that, just getting as many convokes throughout the fight as possible. Really just planning your trank. I still plan them all, but Holy needs a talent for mana regen. Yeah. I definitely do like the classes that have some manual way of managing your mana. Like Master Shapeshifter or Prez's Disintegration loop thing. Energy loop, whatever it's called. And now Holy Pally gets their like Shield of the Righteous thing. Latest iteration of Holy is fine. Still, I don't know what the current iteration looks like, but I do miss Salve being a thing. I liked the whole feedback loop of doing, oh gosh, like the cooldown cycling. You know, your basic abilities reduce your holy words reduce your salve. I liked that feedback loop. It was a fun playstyle for me. I haven't really actively played it since Apotheosis became the thing, became the play. Which was, when was that? Was that season 1 of The War Within when Apotheosis became the meta choice? Miss Shadowlands Holy Pally? Oh yeah. That was a special time.
Let its darkness fill you.
Oh my gosh, I just barely missed him. No! Yeah, I don't think there's really another time frame that is that big of an overpowered window like Shadowlands Holy Pally Season 1. Like, yeah, specs go through seasons of being powerful and stuff like that, but that was just uniquely powerful. That was a whole different level. I do think it's overall good for the game that it's gone, though. As fun as it was, it's a very restrictive playstyle. Feast and famine.
Mortals, scrabbling after any shred of control.
Champion, I know what to do. I'll need to attune the Cynosure to the Void Storm. What is that monstrosity? You keep it...
You dare? Then die! Shadows surge, sealed in darkness. Darkness devours. Shattering shadows. Shattering shadows.
I'm just gonna let him hold that debuff. Just dispel two at once.
Darkness devours. Shattering shadows. Shattering shadows. Shadows surge. The void hungers.
Hooray.
We have our way into the Void Storm. Let us inform Lorthamar. And perhaps offer an apology for the near catastrophe.
Alright. Third slot secured. Let's go back into doing some bigger keys, or it's okay if they disband. Bigger. I've definitely fallen behind the IO curve, though. Feels bad. 17 Skyreach. No Lust. Double Warlock kick. I think so. Just running back on an 18 Magisters. Tome. Where's the thing I'm supposed to click on? I keep forgetting to do it. Click over there, right? Every time I think about it after the point. We'll hold off on that for now. Try to get our Algothar again. Let's do it. Okay. It's gonna go great. My confidence has been shot tonight. It's not been a great night for keys.
I have many, many wares. I have many lucky doos. You like?
There's a Moogie. Okay, earning a plus 17 Algothar as Resto. My talent setup. And gear. This is a pug. Going through the LFG tool. Just knocking out some weekly vault slots and trying to squeeze in a little bit of IO in the process. Gonna be doing commentary for this key. Oh, the instant send. It's not a good sign.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Many deals for a friend.
We protect the Isles.
New students. How wonderful. It has been quite some time since the Academy has been...
Well, it seems like things
You're going to start up by stacking up pots on the tank. And as this group passes, we're going to just do one last refresh on Life Bloom, extend with Swiftmend and Stealth.
If you could, clear them
See how
out
he sets
while
up this
we
pole.
realign the life magics of this place.
Pretty good. Oh, you got the pat too. Interesting. Okay, and then we're just going to keep pots up on the tank. And I'm watching for soothes on the skitterflies. Just going to target the next one I'm going to soothe. Soothing on cooldown. Go ahead and just Ursouls to help him kite. That one's almost dead. We'll invoke this. Okay, that one's got 6 stacks. I need to get that. That one has 7 stacks. I'm going to Iron Bark him now. And they're dead. Let's build up some combo points. I already have max.
Perfect. We are just about... Wait! Ichistras, there is too much life magic. What are you doing?
Let's mark the tank here.
Me? There is too much nature. What are you doing?
Why won't it let me mark him?
What is that thing? This is your fault.
Absolutely not.
Please, help us, new students.
Okay, just focusing on getting some damage out real quick. Our Heart of the Wild. Oh, that's why. That's why the damage looked weird. I had it set on like the first pull of the last dungeon. It's like, wow, that's really bad. Turns out I was top. Okay, let's refresh Life Bloom on the tank. We'll get some hots out across everybody. That wild growth is a little too early. Okay, focus on Prio. Oh my gosh. Like him to get some threat on that. Let's move Life Bloom to myself for the extra cleave healing here. Let's ping in the tank so I can see where he's standing. Get in here. Oh, the DH, I missed it. No, he didn't. How did I not miss that? That was an unnecessary trank there. I probably could have just saved that instead for the next burst forth. For the next Dryad. Okay, just making sure we're stacked. And I'm going to save my rip here. Go ahead and rip the ad. Send Convoke. Here's Germinate in a second here. A little space here to catch that explosion. Saw that the DH had aggro there, so I opted to send Ursouls just in case. And just prepping the group here with some rejuice for this branch out. Let's use our wild growth. Get some bleeds out. Let's Iron Bark the tank. You can do a wild growth into a Convoke here to handle this sticking damage. Need to stack on the tank for this Germinate. Offensives. Here's the heal. Okay, let's get some dots on the tank. Or the tank. The boss. Some dispels while he still has all those ads. And we're done. Well, I'm really not focusing on healing at all. The only damage should be on the tank. Unless you get hit like that. Okay, I'm just going to sit on my Soul of the Forest here. Could have line of sighted that to save some more time. Use our Heart of the Wild.
Look at this Lishreth arena.
Alright, so this next pool things I'm looking out for is just watching the tank a little bit more for the bleeds from these little ones, and then the screech or whatever from the alpha eagles. The first one, I just need to make sure everybody's topped up leading into it. It's the third pull with the 2 alpha eagles where I need to make sure that I'm topping up the group in between the 2 screeches. Save our combo points since everything's dead. Stealth real quick, and then we're going to get an empowered rake on the alpha eagle, and then a rip. Get our hots back up on the tank. Watch this frontal. Okay, and then here I'm just putting some rejuves out real quick, and wild growth screech. And there's no follow-up damage, so I know I can go back into DPSing. I think I am going to spend these combo points here because there should not be another screech before he dies. If there is, then I'll just handle it. There we go. I missed the stealth. I don't even know if I could have stealthed there. We're going to get our rip out. Alright, and then here I'm going to go ahead and move Life Bloom to myself. We're going to pre-hop the group with some stuff. I'm really working in between those 2 to top everybody up. I was a little behind. That wasn't quite as clean as I would have liked, but fortunately everybody used their defensives correctly, and so we were fine. I was like 1 global behind where I would have liked to have been there. Okay, here's the next screech. We'll be good on this one. Yeah, we're on time with that one. And we shouldn't get another, so I'm just going to go ahead and send it. We're going to save Heart of the Wild for the boss. Let's go ahead and move Life Bloom to the tank. Because at this point, there's that max 1 screech to deal with, if anything. Cool.
Now we need to clear out the big one. I will activate the goals for Lishreth. That is Talentos for you soft skins. Use them to get her attention.
And here, until the last phase, I'm going to be keeping the Life Bloom on the tank to deal with that tank buster. So let's extend it with Swiftman. We'll go ahead and stealth. Going to start off with an empowered rake. We'll damage pot. We're going to Heart of the Wild. And we're going to also convoke offensively, because I think I can afford to do that now. Okay, now let's get some hots up on everybody. Go ahead and Bark Skin and Wild Growth. Going back into getting some damage out. Okay, and then here we're going to pre-Swift Mend, Wild Growth, and consume Everbloom. Following up with Regrowths. Okay, we got 1 more Screech. Nope, never mind. Okay, let's get ready to grab our buff. Where is it? Missed the chance to refresh the Life Bloom. Okay, we're just regrowthing until the damage goes out, because I did not want to get interrupted trying to squeeze that Wild Growth in before. cast one off. We should be good on this, so I'm going to sit on my Convoke for the next one. Get Hots up on the tank. He's got Ardent Defender, so he should be good. Alright, I do not have Bark Skin for this one, so I'm going to Iron Bark myself. We're going to prep with Everbloom, consume it right away because I needed the healing right away. Follow it up with Wild Growth. Watching the tank again for the Savage Peck. He doesn't have anything. He has slots he can push, so I'm not worried about him. We'll go ahead and trank this and not get hit by that. Okay, from this point on, now I am moving. Where's all the orbs? Okay, there we go. Let's get our Heart of the Wild off again. Get a nice set of bleeds into him. Okay, and from here on out, we're just spinning plates, deal with all this rot damage. Convoke this one. Need to get back in range of the DH. Nice. Question is he going to pull this or not? It's not. Invoke? But Convoke was preferred? I'm not sure what you mean. Did I say Invoke? If I did, I'm saying a lot of things. So I don't think that was intentional. Here I'm just watching for whoever gets this vicious ambush. It's a lot of extra prio healing on that target. Invoke, what would that even be? My brain goes to Invoke Yulon. I don't know what you're talking about from a Druid. Ah! Point of view. Okay, got Sack and Bark there. Okay, let's stack up on the tank. Stack Hots on the tank, and we're stealthing. Gonna go ahead and send our Heart of the Wild here to get it on cooldown. Optimally could have spent all my energy before doing that, so that I could have gotten 2 rips out a lot faster. Just watching whoever has this Mana Void. A little bit of extra. Oh, Invoke equals Incarn. Yeah, I'm not running Incarn. I don't think Incarn is good at all in Mythic Plus. Convoke fits your needs a lot better. Oh, ouch. That's going to be kind of difficult to deal with. There we go. There's the ambush. Let's get out of this frontal. Yeah, I might have just misspoken too. Invoke. Sounds very similar. I'm saying a lot of words, and a lot of times I fumble when I'm doing commentary. Especially when it comes to rejuve and regrowth. It's just too many R words for Resto. So you never know what I'm meaning. You have to look at the cast sequence half the time. Good stop so far on all the stuff. No bolts have gone through. I'm just, now that kicks are starting to run dry, I'm looking to see if I need to use an in-cap roar. Looks like we're good. There's a surge. Nope. Alright, let's build up some combo points for this next pull. We'll go ahead and start this one with an Empowered Rake. We'll send Heart of the Wild. Go ahead and send Convoke as well. And I'm going to trank this. Alright, now we need to get some hots out. It's so nice having a Prot Pally for all the extra kicks and stuff. I'm going to move Life Bloom back to myself for here for all the cleave healing that's going to happen. Watching these lectures, seeing if I need to use an in-cap. My stuff is last priority though, because they'll just recast. Hardly Soothe, need to do that more often. Just isn't obvious. Some way to make it obvious, or is it just dungeon knowledge? It's mostly just dungeon knowledge. I'm never looking over here where I should be to see if it needs to soothe or not. The most obvious example in the dungeon pool is those skitterflies at the very beginning, the first pull. That's one of the parts where you benefit the most from soothing. Also, towards the end of Windrunner Spire, there's the enrages on the last couple pulls leading up to the second to last boss. Okay, let's get our orb early. And here I'm just going to ramp early, leading into each mana bomb drop. I'm going to go ahead and Wild Growth, drop that far. We'll go ahead and Convoke as well. Let my debuff drop off. Watching people who have 2 stacks. Here's the bombs. It's not on me, so I can position centrally. I can Wild Growth now. And here, leading into that burst, I opted to use my externals. So I Nature Swiftness 1 target and Iron Bark the other. Ooh, dear. Get a B-Res. Where's the Shaman? Okay, this is going to be awkward. Wild Growth, and here's the Expulsion. I have nothing, so I'm just going to Bear Form this. Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of. It's the Fissure that's the AoE. Here's the bombs. Okay, here's the bad overlap. Alright, I'm going to have to just drop this here. We're going to Wild Growth and Convoke to top everybody up. And pray it goes on the right targets to get them top before the Fissure goes off. We'll get this orb real fast, and then quickly try to get my Heart of the Wild off. Opted to use my Soul of the Forest a little early there to try to get some rejuves off while everybody was in range. Let's go ahead and grab our orb since our debuff is gone. Here's the mana orb. Same thing. I'm going to go ahead and send my Soul of the Forest early so that I can make sure that I've got hots on everybody. I'm going to go ahead and... yep. Oh! I had Iron Bark on them too. Not much more I could have really done there, I don't think. Just a terrible overlap. 3 Mark of the Wild. Invoke. I've got 2 orbs. Go ahead and opt the bark skin. Really didn't need to. I should have saved it for this next overlap right here. Fortunately, I can... It's not on me, so I can stand still to be able to trank. Get that orb early. And we're just going to pre-ramp the group here with some extra rejuves. Make sure I get this refresh on Life Bloom. This is on me, so I'm going to go ahead and set my Soul the First early. I don't know if that's the correct play or not. I've been having problems with people being out of range. So that's why I'm trying that this time around.
Destroyed. Well done.
Trying to get guaranteed value. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move Life Bloom to the tank here for the extra Battle Axe damage. Send our Heart of the Wild, and we'll use Convoke to handle all this extra healing. Ooh, Nelly. That's casts going off, I think. Oh, I just inkept Roar. That might be the death of the tank if they all sync up. After this Ardent Defender ends, I'm going to go ahead and Iron Bark now. Send our Nature Swiftness, just make sure that the Shaman's healthy there. I'm going to try to cheat a little bit here and get a... Well, I'm not going to be able to get a start on a drink, but I will be able to stay and keep up with the tank. Let's re-travel form to get the full speed now that we're out of combat. Okay, and I can go ahead and pre-hot him a little bit here. I've got a Life Bloom and a Rejuve. I'm going to go ahead and... I was going to try to extend it and then have a chance to drink, but... No dice. Okay, and I'm not going to Catwave here. I want to get hots up and stuff leading into this smash. Here's the smash. We'll go ahead and Convoke. Leading into the second smash. There we go. Now I got some time before the next set. Maybe get off one more rip. No, I'm not going to have time. Okay, I'm moving Life Bloom back to myself. Watching for the smash. Here's the smash. I'm going to Iron Bark. Looking for low health targets. I'm going to go ahead and Nature Swiftness. Cool, we're good. We'll go ahead and send Heart of the Wild just to get it on cooldown. Okay, he lived long enough to get value out of it, so... We gotta stop anyways for this pat, so I'm gonna go ahead and start a drink. And we'll stealth and run in there. Don't have to worry about raking from stealth here because they don't get stunned. Alright, and let's go ahead and get hots out for the smash. Invoke. And I'm thankful that he didn't do what my last tank did in 17 and just run into the boss and time it perfectly, terribly with the smash. Oh, knock on wood. Hold on, he's gonna do it. Ooh. After this next set of smashes, he should be good to go. Here it comes. We're gonna... Ah, I gotta move. I was gonna wild growth, but I gotta get out of that circle. Alright, after this next smash, he should be good. Here's wild growth into consuming Everbloom healing. We'll use nature swiftness to top up the lowest health target. And we're good. Thank you, tank. Nice job. Alright, we got a crank here. Focus a little bit of damage. Watching my feet. I'm not going to dispel, I'm just going to let him drop them. Part of Wild's back up, so we're going to use that. Watching my feet, I almost got hit by those orbs. Opted to dispel that one on the overlapped Ardent Defender with Ironbark there. I dispelled the Evoker because he had no stacks, and so definitely wasn't going to drop anything by doing that. This isn't a very structured movement pattern, so I'm not too much of a fan of that. It'd be a lot better to be moving in a circle around the room or something. Energy Belm on me, that will drop something, so let's drop this over here. Oh, it didn't. Why did that not drop anything? Oh no! Boy, Algathar has such a terribly tight armor. Leading into this vacuum, I'm going to go ahead and convoke. That way I can cover any kind of random damage people take by getting hit. Really need more DPS. I think we're going to just be barely short here. That's unfortunate. Boy, it's going to be tight. We can kill 1% per second. We got it. Oh, man. No. Man, if only our healer was doing more DPS, we could have got it. No luck. Unfortunate. Hmm. Oh well. Hey, at least we finished one tonight. Holy moly. I'd have to look at logs to actually see how much damage the AUG was doing. Those 3 deaths were not good. That was the reason. That's probably not exclusively the reason we didn't time it. Because overall, it was a pretty smooth run. I definitely could have done more damage, but again, I think that healer damage is not really part of the discussion in anything less than like a 20 right now. You have any idea how much I hate running my own key? I'm only doing this because I have Mythic Plus beef with people on my friends list who weaponize exclusion against me. This key gives me absolutely no score, so this is a favor for you, whoever signs up. I'm going to post that in Moose Jimbo. Hold on, I ran with him earlier today. What key was that? That was the... Oh, yeah, I'm not signing up for that. That was that seat that I botched. Granted, it wasn't all my fault. We had kicks and stuff that were going off. $18 Nexus Point. I don't know, I actually have a pretty decent feeling about that one. Plus 14. We will not be quitting. You hear me? You will stay and you will finish this key. Even if it takes all week. All plus 10 players declining a 270 plus are noobs and want carried and should get off the game and get a life. Man, these notes are fire tonight. This is funny. Oh boy. It's entertaining. This is a DPS player that's saying that? Where did they go? Yeah. Devour. Yeah, I think I'm not super passionate about this, so I probably shouldn't even say this, but the people that complain the most about getting declined and stuff like that, they are DPS players that typically don't list their own key. They don't network. They don't find like a tank or a healer friend to join in with. And so, you know, the reality is that as soon as a key gets listed, there's like 100 DPS that all sign up. And so there's nothing specifically against you directly when you don't get picked. It's the matter of there's just a million DPS that sign up and you're just honestly waiting on a good tank or healer a lot of times. Who is that? Who is that? Oh, there's a note. Oh, okay. It was a guy networked with. But I've fallen significantly behind in IO, and I would feel embarrassed to sign up. Competitivo. Sure, we'll join a competitivo key. Oceanic ping. Running back on another Algathar. Oh. Alright, competitivo it is. You know what? I think I might just be done. I'm not gonna get 2 more keys before I gotta hop off, and it has not been a very successful night of pushing, so I think we'll just chill and try again next week. I'm gonna restart stream. I think it might be fun to do just a little bit of a different game, so I might do some Zomboid, try streaming that. So I'm gonna fire that up and then I'll restart the stream so it segments it or whatever. Okay, I'll just go ahead and do that. I'll be right back.